Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm Micah Frankel, and it's Fight Week. BKFC Prospect Series, Denver Fight Night. And we are glad to be joined by one half of the main event, Keegan Vandermeer. Sir, I appreciate you. Thank you for the time. How you doing this week?
I'm doing well. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the time.
Oh, it's my pleasure. A main event spotlight in your hometown. That's a great place to start. How's that sound?
It feels great. And the moment that I knew it was going to be main event, I was absolutely stoked. Things like that matter to me. The fight matters to me, period. But being main event, it's just the cherry on top. It really is.
So what does that entail? Main event, like what are the extra feelings and what are the extra responsibilities you feel with main event?
For me, whenever we have the BKFC fights in Denver, I feel and I see and I experience so much representation from all of the Denver fighters. And this event is no different. And honestly, for me, it just makes me smile every time. Just seeing a lot of the familiar faces that I see on the card. It just really gives me a huge feeling like I'm kind of like helping lead my friends like to the Rumble. It just feels like we're all showing up. Like if this wasn't a promotion, this would feel like we were showing up at a meeting spot and we were going to go handle business. And these are the guys that we're about to go handle our business with. It feels really, really just super classic.
I gotta ask, like, what name that you saw on the card like struck you that the average fan might not notice?
Um, I've got to say that one was definitely Lamumba Sayers, and the other one, Josh Huber. Josh Huber, because a lot of people here know about just how well seasoned those two and just how experienced they are. But just aside from the faces that they might already know, like I think those two are two performances that we can look forward to having some serious fireworks in. I know, and I even know who Josh Huber's fighting. So to know those two guys and just to see Josh and Andrew about to toe the line is going to be crazy. It's about to be a memorable night.
Yeah, I've been cage side here in Albuquerque, where I'm located for one of Andrew's fights. And Josh, Bantamweight King of Sparta, I'm like, oh, I know what he's done. I know what that means being here in the
Serious,
Southwest.
seriously polished. Those two seriously polished, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And you said Lumumba a couple of years ago, he's cornering Josette Cotton in a local boxing event I'm at, and I get to pull him aside and be like, man, that knockout you had at Strike Force when you're just punching the guy with two
Yeah.
hands when he's trying to take you down. Just let me have a couple minutes on camera with you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Veteran. And and shout out to Lamumba Sayers because he helped me through um a huge part of the last part of my amateur career. 5 years. 5 years we trained and handled fights together. So I really look forward to seeing him get out there and really just do his work. He's someone that's passionate like I am. And same with the other guy. I know Josh Huber is crazy passionate too. So that's why I feel so good about this card. We have so many faces on here, so many fighters, period, that a lot of people know out here, and we're really about to light the house on fire with this.
So from what I understand, Keegan's done a lot of amateur Muay Thai, a lot of amateur kickboxing. Was it surprising to people that bare knuckle has been a focus of your professional career?
Yes. Yes, and it's been a nice surprise. It's even been a nice surprise for me because I'm someone that I do enjoy moments and pivotal turns in my life like that when I can break the mold and try something I've not ventured too far into before. And even when I first did bare knuckle, I always heard a lot of people saying like, "Oh, like maybe try something else first," because a lot of guys that are at the end of their careers are going over to bare knuckle type stuff, and there was just a big stigma about it when I would try to talk with when I would like kind of venture the idea to other people. But ultimately, I still made my own decision about it, and I love the fun that I've been having with this. Um, it's been super real. If I can just say any, like, that's just the best word I can describe it with. It's just been super real, and it's been crazy thorough having to one experience the sport, but also building the respect that I have for it because dirty boxing does have its place in combat.
Jump into those first two fights, their first round finishes. What did that mean to you, and what did that tell you about your trajectory in the sport, having such great results so quickly? And I mean so quickly from not wasting any time to get those knockouts.
One, it tells me that my instincts are just as fine tuned as I say that they are. When it really comes down to it, when the kitchen gets hot, I can throw too. And also, it tells me that I'm effective. I'm effective. I'm not there's people that, and I'm working on this piece too because I know that it's going to be essential to my game, but just kind of like the salt and pepper type punches, I'm really working on making sure I'm not putting too much into one thing or too much into another, giving a good change in my rhythm. But I do see that, you see some people out here, they're going balls to the wall hard for, the whole time. And uh I just feel like truly as a fighter, like there's gonna be those points where you have that lull, and that's the part that I'm preparing the most for. Um, I feel like my trajectory is gonna be solid. I feel like my resume, by the time that I'm done, I feel like my resume is gonna be something that can be admired. And I think a lot of people are gonna be like, wow, he did this a certain way. Um, and it wasn't entirely the traditional format, but it still had some good fundamentals in it.
How do you describe what makes BKFC, a bare knuckle fight, different from what we've seen from kickboxing, from MMA, from Muay Thai? How is bare knuckle different?
Aesthetic, it offers so much aesthetic, both from what you see that two bodies have to offer to a fight, but like when you see like how well prepared someone's become, but also um you can't look at something and just take it for what it is, because and that's why I like about this sport is that you get caught with that one, it's going to it's going to turn the tides. I think people like seeing that kind of mayhem, and I think that there's a special kind of fighter. I think that there's a special kind of person that when it's time to have a fist fight with like flesh and bone, I think those people are a little bit more comfy. And that's a special type of person. And for me, when I started to realize that, it made me think about all the times that I'd seen fist fights when I was younger. When I'd seen certain people when they'd act a certain way when it was time to have a fist fight, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. This guy seems like he, but then I'd see the other side and I'd be like, geez, why does this person seem so tuned in? Like, I'd see some kids fight in school and I'd be like, I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you were so comfortable with that, because when I would see fights, my adrenaline goes crazy. When I was a kid, I couldn't control that. I'd be like, wow, oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened. But now, um, just seeing the full circle and seeing how much more I'm willing to get in there and and test myself in that environment, it makes me proud to see the steps that I've taken, because now I'm not like sitting here wondering like, gosh, like how did people do that? Like I'm not one of those people that's wondering. I'm like, you just can't think about it, and you just have to keep training your instincts. You just have to keep, because before we sanction sports, what did we do? We beat each other. And that's in the cities, that was in the country, that was in the jungle, that was in the mountains, everywhere. So I feel privileged to be able to fight like this because it makes me feel not primitive. It just makes me feel like really traditional.
Your last outing in BKFC, we saw the first bump in the road in this journey. How do you evolve from that fight? Not to mention that BKFC 56, BKFC 50, BKFC 31. You've been at some really big cards so far.
Yeah. Um, I would say that that loss shaped me in ways that um I'm I'm more uh I'm more fine-tuned to the chaos, I think. Not like a specific game plan, but like when I get to certain parts of the fight, I feel like now my instincts are on point. I feel like now I know what counts where and what I'm supposed to be doing. And also, I took a look at, what my regimen was for outside of practicing fight motions, what my regimen was for physical fitness. I started doing more calisthenics. That's helped my grip a ton. It's helped my punch a ton. And it's helped my endurance a ton. It's helped my clinch work a ton. Pull-ups, calisthenics, like pull-ups, dips, hanging leg raises, all sorts of stuff like that has really taken my body, and I feel like it's helped me fill in the spots that I felt may have been a little empty.
Friday night, you take on Sawyer Depee. He's either won by first round knockout or lost to guys that have went on to fight for the title. What do you see in the specific challenge of this opponent?
He's looking to be one of those guys that's going on to be fighting for the title, and I'm the same guy. And man, Sawyer DP is someone with an iron will, and very, very, very expressingly, like kind of quite literally an iron chin. So uh, I expect I expect almost the same. He's gonna try to get me out of there when he can, while his body is fresh, while those pistons are firing. And he's gonna be really putting it on me. Um, I I just plan to keep moving. Come get me. Come get me.
You know if they're going to be using the regular ring or if they're going to be bringing in the smaller one for this event. I'm not sure about the venue because this will be their first time at this event in Denver. Do you know what size ring we're going to see?
We're gonna see the smaller one. That's what I've been preparing for. And honestly, for me, for a fighter like me, it doesn't matter what size the ring is because I can make any ring look big. So I'll we'll see how the lack of space, or if they use the regular size ring, then cool. But I'm not too bothered by the lack of space, and I've been having a lot of fun in the clinch lately. So I'm honestly excited to see how this turns out.
And of course, home field advantage for you. How much does that and the elevation you feel play a factor?
Me personally, I personally feel like it doesn't play a factor at all in this fight. If Sawyer DP hasn't already made his way out here to start acclimating, I'm pretty sure he's probably been working with an altitude mask, or been working with some of because he's probably training out in Missoula, probably working with the school out over there, maybe just getting some extra hard work in. But me personally, I don't like to put too much of those things into effect in my mind. I'd like to think that maybe we're probably both acclimated. We are both well fed, and we're both eagerly and willingly violent to get this on. So, me personally, I think he's going to be pretty fresh. Missoula, Montana is not too far. It's only like 1,000 and some more feet lower than here. So maybe the change in altitude is really not going to do that much. But shoot, if it does help, then I'll take any of the help that I can get. But I just don't plan on it as a fighter.
Planning on it, what do you plan on being the biggest factor for your victory being?
My straight shots and my footwork. My footwork. Um, I think he plans to corner me. I think he plans to keep me in a spot or plans to oblige me into a brawl. And I think he plans to use that lead power right hook, that trademark power right hook of his. And I think he plans on doubling up, going body, head, head, body. But um, man, I just don't plan on letting him have his way. It just ain't gonna go that way, man.
For Colorado, Prospect Series Fight Night, BKFC on Friday night. Keegan Vandermeer in the main event. And next time we have him on, we'll be able to talk about his path to the title shot and we'll start talking about the rankings once he's in there. I know you just got this focused on you right now. Fight Night's
Yes, sir.
approach. What's the last message for the supporters, for the fans?
Man, guys, thank you for sticking with me. I love performing out here in Denver, Colorado. This is the place to fight, for me personally. And I've always been able to put my all out here, get a great camp out here, and just really just instill super confidence in myself. And I know everyone else that's supporting me is confident as well because they've been seeing the hard work that I've been putting in. So, shoot, just get ready for a night of fireworks. And if it's quick, then it's going to be quick. But if it ain't going to be quick, hold on and take a look.
I was going to talk to Andrew Strode right before I talked to you. So, and he said a big shout out to you. Said you guys have been passing each other at Genesis, sharing some nice, encouraging words and moments of talking about sport.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, Andrew Strode, that co-main, that's man, that's someone to watch because not only do I see him putting his work in when I see him moving, when I see him get down and just like watching from his debut, he's really, really, really gifted. He's super fast. And man, there's nothing that guy can't do. So big shout out to Andrew Strode. Big shout out to Andrew Strode. I'm serious, man. We're about to make some crazy waves tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Friday. We're about to make some waves this week.
Everybody, I look forward to it. You should too. Watch it on the BKFC app. Keegan Vandermeer, I appreciate you taking the time out of today to share some time with me.
Yes, sir.
CageMinds.com is the website. We're
Thank you.
presented by Dubby, 10% off at checkout with the discount code CageMind. Keegan, again, thank you.
Bless you.